So let's go over the common mistakes. Watch out for these pitfalls. Pushing forward even if she resists. So if she resists, the thing is you've got to stay at the stage that you're at, and if she resists that, then you've got to move backwards and then stay at that stage. So if she resists to something, you can stay at the stage you're at, or you can move a little bit backwards, wait a little bit, be patient, and then a little bit later go back to being persistent and try again and read her reactions. Again, getting upset if she resists, this is not going to help the situation. The only time that it's good to voice that perhaps you are frustrated or not on the same page with her is if you guys have been going out way past what you feel is a normal amount of time for her to wait for sex and to voice that in some way. And at that point, it's okay to voice that somewhat straightforward. I like you, I'm having a good time with you, but I don't know whether it's that you just don't want to have sex or you're not that into me. I'm not really sure which one it is, but either of those things are kind of like an alarm bell to me, because we've been going out a long time. We've been going out on 3, 4, 5 dates, and I got to be honest, like it's a long time to go without having sex, especially if we both like each other and we both want to have sex. So I'm a guy, I like to do that. I like to have sex, and if that's not something you're interested in, then this might not work out. If you just still really don't feel that comfortable with me, that might be a signal that this isn't going to work out. Cover those bases and just have that conversation, and that's going to let her know that you're a little bit frustrated with the situation. And it's also going to bring up, I think, some good points that are probably on your mind, which is that by now I think if we both like each other and we're having a good time and we get along, we should probably be having sex. I can't really think of a good reason not to be having sex, which I think is totally honest and totally realistic. All right, so being too predictable. This is a really big one, and this is something we haven't talked about so far. But doing things in a way that a woman finds really predictable. So, really predictable situation is a guy's like, okay, well, I've got to invite her up to my place, and then get her onto my bed, and then once she's on my bed, I've got to go, in this situation, I've got to go kiss her lips, kiss her neck, then go for her boobs, and then once I get to second base, then go down to third base, and then once I get there, then go for the home run. This is the kind of like A, B, C, D thing that a lot of guys are using, and so anything you can do to differentiate yourself from being too predictable is great. I mean, just not doing it in the bedroom is great. Like if you did it in the living room or in the kitchen or something like that, just take her out of the predictable flow, because when you put a woman in a predictable situation, she's going to act in a predictable way. She's going to say, I've been here, plenty of guys try to do this thing. They get me in the bedroom, and I know what you're trying to do. I know what order is going to happen. I know what's going to come next. And it's gonna take her out of that emotional state, because she's gonna be like, boy, this guy's doing the same exact thing that everybody else does, right? It's gonna bore her a little bit, which will make things less exciting for her and make her start to think a little more logically. And when she's thinking more logically, she's more likely to say, well, I don't really think now's the right time, because it's got to feel right for her. There's no like, oh, well, we've been going out for 3 nights and now's the right time. Usually that's not how women think. I mean, sometimes it is. Sometimes they make rules, but ultimately she's going to make her decision to have sex with you largely on how she feels, so she's got to feel the right way. So that's a huge one, and being too predictable will not make her feel that way. So try to change things up and change the way you generally go about moving towards sex. Skipping steps and going straight for the kill. We talked about this before, but again, this is going to feel jerky to her and not smooth. Not reading her reactions, again, a big one. She's going to feel like there's no connection. This guy isn't paying attention to me. He's thick-skulled and just doesn't get it, and either he doesn't care or he's just so self-absorbed that he doesn't see the messages that I'm sending him. And generally not reading her reactions and responding to them is going to make her think that you're a little bit clueless and she's having a hard time getting along with you. People who get along well, they have a good communication going on between each other, and they understand each other pretty well. And then again, giving off player vibes, anything that communicates that I just want to have sex and get laid and I really don't care about you at all and I don't have any real respect for you is going to send her the other way and, again, make her feel like she's not valued. So your thing here is to conquer. Her thing here is to feel valued and giving off player vibes, at least in the sense that we're talking about. I know that can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but in this sense, it's going to communicate to her that that she's not valued, and that's not going to feel great to her.